response marketing works within the sales funnel and positions you properly. Okay? Now, at the opening of the funnel, which is the largest part, is everybody who is on your list starts out as a cold suspect. They don't know you. They don't trust you. They don't even know or care that you exist. Okay? Think about this. Your best friend in the world at one point was a cold suspect. Your spouse was a cold suspect. And when I'm doing live seminars, I always have somebody shout out, and my wife still is a cold suspect. But whatever that is, that's a whole other issue. But the point is, everybody starts out as a cold suspect. So they don't know you, they don't trust you, and they don't even care that you exist. Okay? So what we use is direct response marketing to get these people in the funnel. And I've actually got a document of 76 ways to get a new customer. I've just listed a few things here, whether it's referrals, joint venture, partner marketing, direct mail, Google AdWords, direct sales. We have a sales force, websites, networking events, public relations, yellow pages, and so on and so forth. Okay, so all of these things are designed to flag your ideal prospect. Okay, make a note of that. It should flag your ideal prospect, who you want to respond, and give them a compelling reason to respond. And we've already just established that the name of your company is not a good way to get somebody to respond, okay? So let me give you an example. This is an ad, okay, and this is a sample ad. This could be a yellow page. This could be it could be a postcard, it could be a website, anything, but I just want you to get the understanding of the basis of this. And it says, warning, a warning to all retail store owners, don't spend a single dime on a new point-of-sale system until you read this, okay? So we've already flagged our prospect, and we've already said, if, sort of qualified them, because we're saying because basically the headline saying, if you're thinking about buying a point-of-sale system, don't do it till you read this. And then the ad goes on, not all point-of-sale systems and consultants are created equal. The question is, which ones will actually deliver on their promises, make life easier, and give you a solid, quality system that is true value for the money, and which ones will only add to your frustration with shabby service, systems that don't work, and broken promises. Don't fall victim to a fast-talking salesperson. If you're considering a new point-of-sale system for your retail store, then it's critical that you get and read our exclusive free report, what every retail business owner should know before spending a dime on a new POS system. Okay? This free report will reveal 5 costly mistakes that many retailers make when buying a point-of-sale system, as well as insider secrets, cost-saving strategies, and expert advice to help you determine exactly what type of system you need. This report also arms you with 7 critical and revealing questions you should ask any sales consultant before signing on the dotted line to get your complimentary free report. There you go, bang. Okay, now, think about this for a second. If I was a prospect, and let's just say I'm going to use the yellow pages as an example, and I'm thumbing through the yellow pages, and I see all these ads for companies that do retail point-of-sale systems, or maybe it's a trade publication, or if I go online to Google even and I type in POS system, and I see all these companies in their website, and they all say they do point-of-sale systems. They all say they do the best. They all say they're the leading, world's best. I mean, they use these general platitudes. They all seem to do the same stuff. So who do you pick? You have no idea. So typically what customers will do is they call the ones with the biggest ads or the ones that seem to have the most professional, maybe looking website, whatever their criteria is. It's, completely off. And they call up, and what's the first thing they ask you? They want to know what's the price. And do you know why they do that? It's because they have absolutely no criteria by which to determine whether or not your point-of-sale system is better than the other guys. I mean, think about your prospects. And if you're selling something different than a point-of-sale system, just, visualize something different. But your prospects, by and large, only buy your services on a once in a several year time frame. Like a point of sale system is not something you buy every month, every year. I mean, it could be years before you actually get the opportunity to go in and sell somebody a point of sale system. And most of the decision makers, which are owners, have very, very limited experience in buying point of sale systems. They don't know what the latest and greatest is. And a lot of times they might have bad references from the company who sold it to them before. Maybe it didn't deliver on their promises, and maybe they had a bad experience and it's really problematic, and they're frustrated. So they're coming from a standpoint they don't trust you at all, okay? So they think that you're trying to sell them the latest whiz-bang technology, and they're always trying to determine whether or not they can trust you. So by putting an ad like this on your website, in a Google ad, in a Yellow Page ad, on a postcard, whatever it is you're doing, what we're doing is we are giving the prospect an opportunity to get a valuable piece of information, a risk-free piece of information that is going to help them. And in essence, what we're really doing is educating and selling them without appearing to sell them. Because a business owner who's considering a point-of-sale system, and let's think about this, how enthusiastic are they about picking up the phone and talking to a salesperson? They don't want to talk to anybody. They want to just go to the website, get some more information, and if I'm interested, I'll call you. That's the way that they like to shop, right? So what we're doing here is we're saying, okay, Mr. Prospect, don't call us. You're not even going to talk to a salesperson. That's why we use the website or a free recorded message hotline. There's no risk in going to a website. There's no risk in calling a hotline where you're just going to get the information. What they can then do is get more information, and not just a boring brochure, but they're getting a report, if it's written properly, that is going to educate them and tell them exactly what to look for and what to avoid when buying a point-of-sale system. And I really believe that the best sales presentation is an educational one. And if you've got a really good service, really good products, if you're honest and you do a great job for your clients, then an educated prospect should be your very best prospect. The challenge you run into is you run into prospects who are not educated. They have sort of beliefs or I don't even know where they get their values from. They just have these kind of screwed up beliefs and values, and they think this is the way it should be, and you have no idea where it's coming from. And because you're a salesperson, they're not going to believe you, no matter what you say. So what the free report then does is it educates them in a non-threatening way and gives them a buying criteria whereby you become the obvious solution. Okay, so you can spin this any number of ways. Now, I also want to make a point. I'm using a free report here as an example, but this could be a long-form sales letter on a website where you're explaining it. You just don't call it a sales letter. We call it a free report. This could be delivered in a teleseminar or a webinar like what I'm doing right here today. It could be delivered in a seminar setting, okay? It doesn't matter how it's delivered, but again, going back a slide or two, if you remember, I said can and clone your sales presentation and think automatic and robotic. And that's why we use teleseminars and webinars and free reports, is because these can be canned and cloned. If I do this webinar like I'm doing right here now, I can record this and put it up on a website, and it is an evergreen presentation as long as the information is still valid. And you guys can do the same exact thing. So whether you're selling managed services or a point-of-sale system or RFID or whatever the heck you're selling, doesn't matter. The point is you're using education to get them to go to the next level. Okay, so they respond and they ask for that free report. Then they become what I consider a warm lead, okay? And a warm lead is anybody who responds to your marketing, requests more information, and this information, again, can be a free report, can be a teleseminar, it could be an audio recording, an education sales letter on a website, whatever it is, they request that. At the end of the free report, at the end of the teleseminar, at the end of whatever the thing is, you should have a next step. Because obviously, if they're reading all this, they're going, hey, this sounds great, you've got to give them a clear and direct next step, okay? So you're in the free report, you're building trust, you're educating them, you're urging them to the next step, and then you're offering some kind of a free audit, or maybe you're offering a consultation, or whatever it is you're offering. At the end, you're giving them something to go to next. What's that next step? And if they request that next step, whether it's a meeting or it's a purchase or whatever it is, these people are now requesting to meet with you, and they are pre-sold, pre-qualified, and predisposed to doing business with you And your job is just to further qualify them, educate them on your terms of doing business, and close the sale. Because you got to remember, folks, they have just gone through your marketing process to understand who you are, what you do. Whether it's a free report, teleseminar, the educational marketing piece, whatever it is, we are using case studies. We're talking about your clients. You're using testimonials. You're using guarantees. You're doing things to educate them and build the value of why they should trust you over any and every other option available. And if you do the presentation correctly, they now become a customer, and usually